My dad always said, if you can't write it on the back of a cigarette packet, it won't happen. And I've applied that to everything I've ever done. Keep it simple. If something makes sense to you and it feels right, that's the key. If you're a business and you don't have a clear identification of who your customer should be, you're going to waste a lot of money finding out. Focus is a huge thing. If you meet a hit artist, they've got a focus that's beyond anything. You can just sit in the room with them and you know they're going to do it. And it's the same with business people. You know when you sit in the room with them if they want it enough. Because it doesn't come to you. You've got to go get it. Well, I think I got expelled from school at 16 and then landed up as a postboy at a record company when I was 17. And luckily, I had a reasonable ear for listening to a bunch of music and going, that one's the hit. And then at 18, I convinced my bosses to allow me to become a promotion man. And luckily, and I mean by luck perhaps, and certainly a lot of persistence in a nice way, I was given some very early breaks with the music that I was lucky enough to work on. And then I got a job offer from the best independent promotion company in the music business, and they had a phenomenal roster. And that was at the start of another journey with them. And I thought, I need to start my own company. And I'd registered it when I was 21 because I knew I was going to do it, but it was just about when. It was a huge fuck up because I didn't have the slightest idea how to run a company. 6 or 7 months in, I ran out of money. I mean, I was eating pizza. I couldn't afford to fill the car with petrol. And I had to say to my secretary, Caroline, God bless her, listen, I'm sorry, I don't have enough money at the end of the month to pay you. And she was amazing. She said, well, I live at home with mum and dad, and so, I don't need the money. Eventually I made her a big part of the business and managing director. She's still one of my closest friends in the world. She's like my sister, really. And then I found a record that I helped produce with a wonderful man called Tommy D. I heard this record, I thought, I heard the song, and I thought it was fantastic. I tried to get them a record deal and everyone turned it down. And so I'm sitting trying to figure out how to make it a hit. And it came to me, and I always think inspiration's really important if you listen to your inner voice. And it went, do it yourself. And I thought, do it yourself. I went, do it yourself. Oh, shit. So it got played on Radio 1 at exactly 11:16 in the morning on a Tuesday, and it fucking exploded. And it was called I'm Too Sexy. And it went number 1 in 19 different countries, including America, and it just went nuts. And suddenly, I went, oh, hang on a second, this is a bit more fun. And particularly for someone who's not very good at being told what to do, I own the cake. I've got a little bit of the cake, I own the cake. And then I was of a certain age where I'd done 30 years in the music business, and that was great, and I loved it. But I was also starting to find artists really annoying. I signed this girl, she's going to remain nameless because she's still a friend, when she was 17, and she sounded like Janis Joplin, and my God, her voice was extraordinary. And I spent 2 and a bit years and probably about getting on for £1 million probably. And I think she put one single out, she went, I don't want to do this, I don't really enjoy it. And I forgot to check that she had the hunger. And so now it's one of my tick list, if you know what I mean.
How do you check for that?
You can tell. You got 2 of these and 1 of these. And there's a reason for that. So I took some time off. I'm a complete petrol head. I'm crazy about cars. And I got asked to come and help at a car company that just started in Los Angeles. And then one of the partners had a tech company, and he asked me if I'd come in and give him some advice.
This is completely different to anything you've ever done before.
Yeah. But it's not, because it's about them. And so you're looking for a superstar artist, but you're also looking for a superstar business person. They've got to have that level of intellect and the ability, the focus. Focus is a huge thing. If you meet a hit artist, they've got a focus that's beyond anything. You can just sit in the room and you know they're going to do it. You just know they're going to manifest it because they're that switched on. And it's the same with business people. You know when you sit in a room with them if they want it enough. Because it doesn't come to you. You've got to go get it. If you're a business and you don't have a clear identification of who your customer should be, you're going to waste a lot of money finding out, and a lot of time, a lot of effort. So clearly identifying an audience, a target customer base, is the first and most important part of a business. Otherwise, you don't have a business.
And if you've got 3 or 4 businesses in front of you, how do you decide which one to back?
It's the person with the most integrity and drive. I don't want to pick up the phone at people I don't like. Yeah, I've done that. That's no fun. My dad always said, if you can't write it on the back of a cigarette packet, it won't happen. And I've applied that to everything I've ever done. Keep it simple, you know? Or more accurately, as he would say, keep it simple, stupid. And it is, you know, if something makes sense to you and it feels right, that's the key.